Welcome back to the What We Said podcast. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We're so excited to be here today to spill some tea, as we like to do every week. But really this week we have some tea because we have some anonymous confessions from you guys. I have a confession of my own as well. So
I'm terrified.
We're all right confessing. Now? Well, I mean, yeah, if we want to just jump right into it.
I'd love to. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. First of all, I wrote this down because I could not forget to talk about it. And my note says, the curse and the discovery. Okay. So.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm Jaci.
I'm Chelsey. And yeah, I'll get into this first. I do want like a pregnancy update, house update from you.
Oh, yeah, we can get into it.
But we'll just start with this. Okay. I have been noticing this, I would call it a curse or a tick or something. Every time I have like a wedgie or I have to pick my underwear or like I have an itch or something, every single time that I reach down and like adjust that area, my nose itches immediately after.
Really?
So then I have to itch my nose so that it looks like I'm making an excuse to like smell my finger.
Okay.
And I swear to you, like, I think maybe I just noticed it once. So now now my brain just does it no matter what. Like I always have a nose itch right after. And I'm like, I either sit there for a little bit I have a nose itch right now every time I think about it, but
it's contagious.
I'll have to sit and mentally try to not itch if I'm in public and I kind of just do like a light, adjustment. I'm like, I can't be itching my nose right now. It looks like I'm trying to sniff my freaking finger. Anyway, so I brought this up to Nick. I was like, this is so crazy. The
curse and the discovery has me shook. The title for this episode.
Like, this is so crazy that this happens to me every time. And I was saying it like, this is so funny. I have this thing, telling him this new information, or so I thought. And he's like, that's so funny. I wonder why that is. And I don't know. We were just talking about it. He's like, yeah, that's crazy that maybe it's just your mind telling you. Like maybe you just need to tell your mind to stop or something. I was like, you're kind of reacting to this not surprised. And he's like, well, yeah, I've noticed it before. I said,
about you?
Yeah.
No.
I said, what do you mean? He's like, that's funny that it's an itch. He's like, I've noticed it before, but I said, you've never said anything to me. Sir, you thought that I've been putting my finger in my pants and sniffing my finger afterwards for how long in our marriage? This is the discovery. I said, how long in our marriage? He's like, I've noticed it a couple times. He's like, I'm not going to say anything to embarrass you. I'm like, so you've had the ick for me for what, years? He's like, no, I just, notice every once in a while, but I wouldn't point it out to embarrass you. I was shocked for literally a full day. I was like, Nick, I cannot believe that you thought, first of all, why didn't you say anything so I could tell you what was happening about my curse?
Right.
You just were walking about life okay with the fact that you thought that your wife was a picker and sniffer? And you're okay with that? If I saw you do that, Nick, I would immediately be like, did you just sniff your finger?
My face is so itchy. As you're talking, I'm like itching my nose.
I know.
It might just be allergies.
I think to be real, I think when I do,
it's
an adjustment, then I think, I hope my nose doesn't itch. And then my nose starts itching. I'm like,
I'm going to have to.
Sometimes I itch and I'm like trying to make it known that I'm not getting near the nostrils part, I'm like, it's just an itch.
Interesting.
Anyways.
I wonder the psychology behind that. You also have a tiny little piece of I think just like a fluff or fuzz right here. You got it. Oh, it's like a little lower on your.
Oh my God, it's my beard.
No. You got it. It's tiny. Well, very interesting. I'm going to have to pay attention next time I have like a wedgie or a camel toe situation.
Because now maybe people will. Our brain does funny things.
What if someone has seen you in public do that?
Yeah.
Like a valley girl in the wild.
And that's just
and that's her reputation. Yeah.
Well, I'm here to tell you that.
Thank you for the clarification. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the discovery talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, that's a good confession.
Yeah.
What's my confession this week? I'm trying to bring good vibes today. I wanted to tell you guys about my move a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I moved officially.
Woo!
and I will say, okay, maybe we'll start with like the not so good so that we can end on a positive note, because it is actually a positive thing. But I will say moving this pregnant like was so much harder than just being not pregnant. Like it genuinely was so much more tiring. And people were commenting on my, like when I had talked about it on the podcast a little bit or whatever on TikTok, people were like, I moved like pretty far into my pregnancy and it was miserable. Like basically I was getting a lot of validation. Everyone's like, moving pregnant is like hell. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be positive about this. Like, but I will say it was just like the most tiring day of my actual life. And you know when you move and there's nowhere to sit because you moved all your furniture out, and you're still like packing up boxes or whatever. But I feel like when you're pregnant, like you gotta like sit sometimes and like put your feet up and stuff. And that night, the night that we moved, which we did have some help and it was good. But regardless, I like only sat down for the time that I was at your house. I went to Chelsea's like midday with Lady because Leif was with the movers helping with some stuff and there was literally no furniture in her house. So we went over and sat there and like I did some stuff on my computer and whatever. But other than that, like I did not sit down once that day. And that night I was like, oh my gosh, I've never felt exhaustion like this in my entire life. And when I stood up, like my like pelvis, like my pelvic, I don't know how to explain it. Like my lower back, my tailbone, my feet were swollen. I was like,
say, were your feet okay?
Yeah, it was just thing after thing. But after I got a good night's sleep, like even the next morning, I was like, okay, I'm good. That was just the longest day of my life.
We're going to jump into an ad to talk about Kikoff. So I'm very excited about this sponsor. I know firsthand how frustrating credit can be just in general because it can feel very overwhelming if your credit is lower or it's holding you back from, buying a house or a car or even just moving into a new apartment. It's very discouraging. And what's even more frustrating I've found is when you don't know how to get your credit back up or if you're trying to figure out how to work on your credit, it seems like a different language, and that's why Kikoff is so amazing. Kikoff is the fastest, easiest way to safely jumpstart your credit and get to those goals quicker, no credit check required. Sign up for a monthly plan in minutes and start building credit immediately for as low as $5.
So Kikoff is a credit line that is just for credit building, not everyday spending. Kikoff is a smart, legit credit hack with no catch and no credit check. It's simple. You make on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit grows. I think I've mentioned this before that when Leif and I got married, we honestly knew very little about credit. And we were quickly thrown into just, this crazy world of being an adult and having to work on something like this if you want to, in the future, get an apartment, buy a house, get a car. Like there are so many reasons, obviously, why you need to build your credit. So Kikoff is extremely easy and effective. You sign up in minutes from your phone. You start building credit right away. You can use autopay to build credit while you sleep. Never worry about missing a payment. And there's no credit check and you can cancel anytime. It is the #1 credit building app out there. So we had to share with our Valley girls. So join over 1 million people building credit with a Kikoff credit account today. Get your first month for $1 at getkikoff.com/whatwesaid today. That's Kikoff without the C. So it's KIKOFF.com/whatwesaid. Again, that is getkikoff.com/whatwesaid. And the special offer applies to new Kikoff Premium customers for their first month only, subject to approval and only available on getkikoff.com/podcast. Terms of offer are subject to change. On to the positives. I feel like that was the hardest part of everything. Like, we're going to have to move again in a few months, but we purged so much stuff. We have our stuff wrapped and in storage. And I feel like the excitement of moving into our like dream house and unpacking there is going to, I guess I say that now, I'm probably going to have a newborn, but like, I feel like it's going to be easier.
It definitely is more exciting.
It's definitely more exciting.
Moving out is always the worst part because you're packing up, you get very lazy. You're just like, let's get this part over with. But when you're moving in, you get to put them in a new spot. So it's exciting. It's, a challenge.
It's like a little gratifying. Yeah. So I feel like the hardest part is over, which I'm so glad that we got it over with. And our new spot is really, Leif and I both were like, we feel really good energy here, which is really nice because obviously I was just very emotional about this move in general. But something I thought was interesting is like, probably it was like 2 nights before we moved. It was, again, same thing I've been talking about. We would be like laying on the couch together, like watching our show or whatever. And I'd just be like, get this wave of just like, oh my gosh, I'm really sad to leave this house. I love this house. Like, obviously neighbors with Chelsea. I love this neighborhood. Like, I can't believe we just have to be out of here in a few days, blah, blah, blah. And then once we had most of our stuff packed away, and it was like the night before, and our house was kind of just like the decor wasn't
empty.
up anymore, and it was kind of empty. And Leif and I both kind of were just like, we're good. We're ready. Like, let's get out of here. Like, we want new, fresh energy. We're kind of excited about a fresh start. Like, this house was awesome, and it was what it was, and like it's over now, and it's a new chapter. And I think we both kind of like, I don't know, literally the night before we moved, we were both just like on the same page. Like, we weren't really sad anymore. We were just like, okay, let's do this. And it's so crazy because it's just weird how your mentality shifts. Like, Leif and I were driving like on a road close to where we just moved from, and we're like, it's so weird that already this doesn't feel like home anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's done with, and we're in a new place now. Mm-hmm. And like, we were driving kind of past our house-ish. Not me being the old owner. I'm like, what are they doing? No, we weren't driving on the actual road.
Yeah.
We were driving near it because we had to pick something up at a pharmacy that was like by our old house. And Leif was like, this road feels different to me. And I was like, same. It just feels like this isn't our neighborhood. This isn't our home anymore.
Yeah.
Like, this new place is already. And I think that's good though. I think I'm already just feeling like, okay, fresh vibes, like new chapter. And I'm excited to get organized. We're still trying to like kind of get organized because everything was, at this moment, it's still like, I was going to braid my hair today, but I couldn't find any like clear elastics. Yeah. I'm like, where the heck are my clear elastics? And then I felt like I was going to wear something else too. I think I was going to wear different shoes. I was like, I don't know where they are. Like, I don't know where anything is. So we're still in the like moving in phase, but I feel like the hardest part is done.
That's good.
So, good vibes only.
Yeah. And maybe you were sad too. Obviously you were forced out, so that's different than you choosing to leave your old house. But also it's like the end of an era of like, you're going to have your baby so soon. So then it's like, okay, just this part of our life is kind of like, your life is over, as you know. But just that era of your life, of you two in that house, and like how it was at that point. Now this is like a marker of, okay, new things are happening.
Yes. And I feel like
completely new era.
And I feel like I have been getting just that nesting urge of like, let me just get settled here, and like, this is where I'm going to be going into labor. This is where I'm going to bring my daughter home to. Like, already in my head, I'm just like, that is not home anymore. This is, and I feel that very strongly. And I don't want to be like, and I'm over it, but I kind of am. Like, I'm over. Like, I was sad, and I feel like I was mourning that place for like a month. I would be sad like once a week or even more. I'd just be like, I cannot believe we have to leave. And now I'm just like, it's done.
Yeah.
And moving on. So
now we're here.
Also, our new place is so quiet and peaceful.
That's nice.
It's so, I can't explain. It's like so serene. It's really small, but we had asked the like owner if there's 2 rooms in it, and one of the rooms both rooms had beds, and they're both really small rooms. We obviously need to sleep in a bed, but the other room, we're like, we really don't need this bed. Like, we're not having guests. It's just us, and we just need space. And so I was like, I'm just going to throw it out there and ask if like if they'd be able to remove that bed, because they knew the situation. They knew that we were like going to bring a newborn home here and whatever, so that we could just have like more storage, because a bed just it literally took up the whole room. And I'm like, and we don't need it. Obviously it's their house and their rental. But anyway, so I asked her, I was like, I know this is a big ask, and like, totally feel free to say no, but if there's any way that bed can be moved out of that room, it would just be so helpful. Like, we could really utilize the space. And she's like, I'll let you know. And then the next day she's like, we moved it. Like, and so nice. That is game changing. Like, when we went in and we started loading our stuff, I'm like, if the bed was taking up the whole room, I would be so much more stressed. Like, we have a full room now that's like, it's really small room, but we've been buying some stuff from IKEA to like get a little bit organized. And
For
so I'm feeling good
Yeah.
about everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
I need to come see it.
Yeah, you do need to come over. It's kind of a disaster right now, but
It's kind of nice that you don't have to set up a bunch of stuff. Like you already have the furniture and stuff.
yeah.
So that's the worst part of moving in somewhere. The first night you move in and your
There's, like,
stuff's just
nothing.
not really set up. Your bed is barely set up. You don't even have like your sheets and they're still.
Yeah. No, it feels like already kind of homey just because, there's already furniture in it and stuff. And
That's nice.
yeah, it was honestly really nice to purge and declutter and like take only the things that, well, I thought I was being minimal. My beauty product area, I'm like, okay, we could have cut back a little bit, but I thought I was being so minimal truly with what I was bringing and like seeing it all in there. I'm like, geez, I might need to purge again. But regardless, it does feel good. Like to have, my mom was saying, she's like, you would have had to either do this now or when you had a baby. And like, maybe it's better that you purged and got rid of a ton of stuff and like
Making room
for new like before. And I'm like, yeah, even though it was hard and the timing sucked, like I kind of agree. I think it actually might have been better to do it now and just get it done.
Yeah, that's true. Physically probably harder when you're pregnant, but mentally probably harder after the baby comes. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're obviously accumulating a lot of new stuff for the baby too. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good though. Everything is good. So
everything's great.
Happy to report.
How's baby girl?
Baby girl is...
How's mama and baby girl?
Mama and baby girl are thriving. She is big. No, I have no idea. I don't know what she's measuring. I mean, I'm measuring completely on track and normal, but I just feel like
Did she feel big?
Yeah, every week I'm like, okay, I was actually looking in the mirror yesterday and I was like, I don't understand how, and maybe it's just not, but I'm like, I don't understand how my stomach will ever be remotely normal again. Like when I was looking at it, I'm like, how is it this stretched out? And like, I still have a little bit to go. Like it's going to keep, every day my belly button becomes more of a speck. Like it just gets smaller and smaller, but it hasn't like popped out yet. I don't know if it will. But every day that I look, I'm like, my belly button is so tiny. It's like, I don't know. It feels like a balloon. I'm like, I do not understand how this can get like, continue to be getting bigger and bigger. And I know it's going to. And I'm like, how is it possibly going to like go back? I mean, I know it maybe never will be what it was, but just regardless, I'm like, how am I ever going to even look remotely normal again? This is crazy.
No, it is. It's so wild. Because it looks like there's just more skin.
Yes.
But it's the same amount of skin. It's just stretched out. It's so weird.
It's so weird.
I had this freckle that I thought was a freckle on my stomach. I just get more freckles the older I get. Like I have so many on my arms now and I just did it. So I just have new like freckles and moles coming up everywhere all the time. But I got one on my stomach while I was pregnant and it was very light colored. And now it's so dark because it's like, and so much smaller because the skin, it's so weird. It's like your belly button. Like it's so, my belly button was gone, just like one flat, basically an outie.
Yeah.
And then it just goes back. It's so weird. But the mole, I was like, oh my gosh, it's gotten so much darker. But then I realized it's because it was bigger and
like
stretched
less concentrated.
out. Yeah, it's so weird.
If you consider yourself a skeptic, you know, sometimes it can serve you well. Being a skeptic can save you money. Maybe you are trying to make sure you're not getting caught up in like a, too good to be true health hack. You're reading labels at the store. Ritual knows that every good skeptic deserves a multivitamin that exceeds your standards. So their clinically backed Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin has high quality, traceable key ingredients in clean, bioavailable forms. Ritual has been a sponsor for the podcast from the very beginning. They're such a great company. They can definitely be trusted, which is super important because all multivitamin companies are not created equally at all. There's a lot of shady ingredients and things that go on. But like I mentioned, Ritual's multivitamin is clinically backed. There's 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules per day that optimize your body's absorption. They're also gentle on an empty stomach with a minty essence in every bottle that helps make taking your multivitamins actually enjoyable. I really love that you can use them on an empty stomach because I hate when you don't have a lot of food in your system and you take a multivitamin and you start feeling nauseous. So this is really, really nice.
I've been using Ritual for so many years for different phases of my life. I am taking the postnatal one right now, actually, but usually I just take the Essential for Women 18 Plus when I'm not, taking the prenatals or the postnatals, and it's just such an important part of my routine. I usually just take it after breakfast with a glass of water in the morning, and that way I don't miss a day. And it's just nice to know that I'm taking that extra step to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and getting some of those nutrients that I wouldn't naturally be getting in my diet every day. So no more shady business. Rituals Essential for Women 18 Plus is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/whatwesaid. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 Plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/whatwesaid for 25% off. Go check it out.
Yeah, it has been wild. Like, I don't know. I've been having mixed feelings about just like the whole body image thing during pregnancy. I feel like
roller coaster.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part I've been pretty like okay with just the changes. Like maybe in part because I waited so long. I did IVF, so it's like I'm just so grateful to like experience this that it's, you know, I know I'm completely like valid to be like, oh, this is weird that my body's changing, but I feel like for the most part, truly, I've been like, this is like really crazy, but it's cool, and like I'm not too worried about it. But like there have been a few days, just again, like when I was looking in the mirror, I'm like, wait, I'm shook. Like I kind of have all the things that I've heard in my head when people, I don't know, people are just like, things that people say about, I can't even think of specific things.
Just feeling like huge.
Yeah, or just being like I'm proud of my body, even though, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And like now that I'm going through it, I'm like, I understand what they mean. It's like, even, it's kind of a weird thing where you're feeling just bigger and like kind of uncomfortable in your own body, but you also are like so proud of it. You're like, this is like pretty amazing. I don't know, just lots of mixed things.
Yeah, it's like, I always felt like torn between two mindsets, like a very worldly mindset where it's like, I, as a woman, you just, or I'll just speak for myself. Like I always just felt like smaller was better. So then when you're growing and your like stomach is big and your boobs get big and just everything gets bigger, it's hard to fight against, at least for me. Like I'd be like, wait, I love pregnancy and I love that I'm growing this child, but then there's like this little voice in me that also is always telling me I need to be smaller, I need to be smaller, I need to be smaller.
Yeah. And there's so much messaging and like, well, you're not unique to feel that way, obviously. That's our whole society. But also I feel like even when you're pregnant, there's so much messaging around like, or just, I've heard countless things where it's like people, mostly of like an older generation, will be like, I don't know, just like, oh, not even about me. I'm talking like, I've heard this about other pregnant people, like, oh my gosh, you're just all bump. Like, you look so tiny still. And it's like, that's supposed to be a compliment. And
it's like, you can get bigger while you're pregnant as long as it's just your stomach.
Right. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then I was thinking about how it's kind of that thing of, then if like people, honestly, kind of no matter what people say, this is what I've realized is like, no matter what people say about my body being pregnant, like there's nothing good that they can say other than like, you look beautiful. Yeah. That's literally it. Yeah. Well, let's keep it at that because
don't tell me I look healthy.
Even when I put, you're looking so healthy. Oh, I'm sure I am. No, this girl even replied. She was like, it wasn't mean at all. It just, again, it's like any observation that someone's perceiving you, it's like, okay, stop. I had posted, someone's like, your belly button. I was like, no, it's literally tiny. Like I posted on my story, I was like, it's a speck, like, ha ha ha. Like it gets smaller every day. And this girl was like, I've been wondering about your belly button. Like I wasn't going to say anything. I'm just like, I was confused about like, and I'm like, why are you looking at my belly button? I'm like, what do you mean?
Stop perceiving me. Stop perceiving my body.
It wasn't anything mean she said, but I'm like, what? Is it weird that my belly button isn't pop? Like just, it's just a weird,
it's just overthinking everything too.
Yeah.
Every comment, I would do that too.
And people really can't, even if they said like, even in the beginning, they'd be like, you don't even look pregnant again. And I'm like, I have literally worked for years for this. So I want to look pregnant.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to enjoy it.
But then now if someone's like, how far along are you? And I tell them like, oh, I'm like, don't I look very incredibly, I thought you couldn't even see me because I was so small.
You're like, I'm pregnant. Surprised? They're like, yeah, how far? You're like, no. Like, you didn't know I was pregnant until I told you, right?
Yeah.
I know.
It's just a weird time.
Someone commented one time, again, they're all well-intentioned, but someone was like, finally a pregnant girl who looks like me. I'm like,
sorry?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But anytime someone's like, thank you for representing.
And thank you for your confidence.
I'm like, I know it's usually not thank you for representing me. I'm a supermodel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, why do you need representation? And what am I representing?
Yeah, I'm glad we can relate, but also keep some thoughts to yourself. Again, not really, but.
Yeah. No, honestly, I haven't gotten like any mean feedback or anything. Like everyone's been so sweet. But just like any comment, even in person, when someone's like,
Are you about to pop?
Yeah, just anything. I'm like, stop. Please stop.
Yeah.
It's already it is a lot to see your body like go through this change. It is. Like even I think regardless if you're so excited, so thankful, like it's an interesting thing to be like changing like this.
It's so fast. It happens so fast. It's not a long, change.
Yeah.
So it's kind of jarring sometimes.
Yeah, it is jarring. But it is awesome too. So anyway.
Yeah, it's a journey.
Also, this is, I swear I'm not going to harp on baby names again. We've been talking about it every episode. But M Doodles did do the baby name prediction video for me. The long awaited. And
we'll see if she's right.
We'll see if she got anything right. I thought that I think she just made another one for me actually.
It was like a part two.
Yeah, it was like a part two kind of follow up.
She was kind of like nailing down even more what she thought.
Yeah. But I don't know like what vibes I give off because she was saying, I actually thought that her list was like really cute. Like I liked the names on the list that she said. So she it's not like she went to left field, but she was saying how she was like, I couldn't tell if this was satire because the way she delivered it is very deadpan and like she's very sarcastic. And I was like, I'm worried because why does everyone think like, I don't know if we've the Kendall thing is what people perceive me as now, but I'm like, I swear everything I post like
they don't
is
know.
a joke to people. Like they're like, oh, it's a joke, right? And I'm like, yeah, some of it is. A lot of what I post, I guess, on TikTok specifically is like kind of a joke. I'm just like not taking life too seriously, but like I'm here to say the baby name's like, I wasn't joking. Yeah. I was literally not joking at all. And people are like, this is satire, right? I'm like, am I giving off a vibe that it's like a joke? Because I was
on TikTok
not kidding.
More so now that you say that. Because if you consider yourself as a brand over all platforms, including the podcast, YouTube, like I would not say sarcastic necessarily is your whole brand. It's like part of your personality. But I guess maybe if you're just looking at TikTok, maybe a little more because of the Kendall thing and just some of like the stories are more.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Time for a rebrand.
Yeah. Time for my 50th rebrand. No, I was just like, oh, people actually thought I was kidding about that video. I was not at all. Wait, what else did people think I was kidding? Oh, no. People were just commenting, which this makes sense. I guess if they don't listen to the podcast or like watch my vlogs regularly, but so many people were commenting when I was saying like, we're moving and they're like thinking that the house I live in is the house that I bought and thinking that we're getting kicked out by the previous owners.
Oh,
like that was like a very common.
Really?
Like, no, like you're kidding. They went that crazy. And I'm like, wait, what? But also I understand that my moving situation is confusing. Yeah. It's like if you literally have just seen.
It's confusing for you too.
Yes, it's confusing for everyone involved. So I'm like, if you are not like so up to date with the podcast and my vlogs, I could see how you would just see a TikTok of me talking about my crazy homeowners and then see me saying, I'm getting kicked out of my house and be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I understand why. But I was like, oh my gosh, do I need to like do I need to explain further? Yeah. Like a clarification? Like, no. You
6-part series.
Yeah. Maybe I do. Yeah. Here's the sitch. But anyway.
Nice.
Those are my updates. The house is coming along great. My actual house. Taking form. And it's just looking really, really good. I'm giving a lot of updates on YouTube because it's visual, obviously. Yeah. So, and I feel like that's the best way I can like just stay cohesive. Yeah, show the whole process. I've been really loving YouTube lately.
Yeah, I love YouTube. I mean, I love watching YouTube, doing YouTube.
Yeah. It's just a way to speak like, well, I guess so is podcasting, but more long form. And I feel like you can kind of just like get all your thoughts out and really showcase a story easier.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been trying to do like little updates here and there, but I'm like, I feel like YouTube is just the easiest way to be like, if you're updated on the vlogs, you're updated on the whole renovation process.
House
and if
saga.
you're not, like, I can't, it's hard to, I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. So follow her on YouTube.
Yeah. So follow my YouTube channel
Subscribe.
if you're interested in all of that content, because I've just been, I want to do like a full renovation video where it's like just focused on the house. But I've just found it easier to like give updates as it's happening.
Yeah.
And so that's just what I do in my vlogs now.
Nice.
Along with other life stuff. But yeah, I feel like I've been yapping a lot. That's all I have.
No, it's great.
Those
You got
are
a
all
lot of
my-
stuff going on.
Yeah, it's good though. Everything's great, guys.
How was your Mother's Day?
I was moving, so it was fine.
I
It
know.
was
I was
good.
thinking about that. I'm like, dang, her Mother's Day, she's just having to move.
Yeah, Leif's like, I'm sorry, this is your first Mother's Day. But it was good.
Yeah.
It was chill. We didn't really, like, literally, we were just moving, so
Yeah.
nothing special.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know I am, like, a mother at this point. But I feel like next year it will be a little more like
pre-gaming Mother's
yeah,
Day.
that was a
Yeah.
pregame because next year she'll actually be here, and I feel like I'll maybe even feel more like a mom at that point. So
Yeah, definitely.
it'll be maybe the real deal, and it'll be in our house. So
Yeah. I saw a lot of discussion or Discord. Is that the word? for it?
discourse.
Discourse. Yeah. Discord. Bye. About Mother's Day.
What could they put? What is their discourse about?
I just have to say, the patriarchy has got us again, because there was kind of a back and forth, maybe you saw, about who should be celebrated on Mother's Day. The mother-in-laws or the mothers wanting their married children to come to like brunch with them. There was just like, I'm not going to celebrate an older mom whose kids are out of the house when I have kids. Like, I should be the mother being celebrated, kind of thing. There was like a ton of back and forth about that, where it was like, say, you know, a mom of younger children would be like, I'm not going to go to my mother-in-law's house on Mother's Day. Like, I'm in the trenches. I don't need to worry about her on Mother's Day. Like, I'm the mother that needs to be whatever. Which, like, I kind of understand the sentiment where it's like, oh yeah, maybe that mother, you know, that she doesn't have any kids at home should come to
Your house,
you
yeah.
know, just out of decency. Why are we arguing about what mother should be celebrated on Mother's Day? Like, you guys, we're losing the plot every time. It's just like, the patriarchy has got us again. Like,
And
why
also,
are we doing this to each other? Just celebrate everyone.
I know. Celebrate every mother in your life, and also, who should be the ones planning everything and celebrating us? The men.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? We shouldn't be worried about like, who are we celebrating? It's like, why don't you guys just step up and celebrate us?
Well, it was even, I mean, not even on that. There would be, the husband would be like, hey, my mom wants us to come over or something like that. Or like, I'm going to get my mom something. And the wife would be mad. Like, no, I'm the mother that's like going to be celebrated. And, or something where, again, I understand the extremes of it.
I feel like this is a deeper issue.
What?
Like, you don't want to know. Well, yes, but also I'm just saying, it's like, I feel like it's, you obviously don't feel appreciated
Yeah.
day to day
That makes
by
sense.
your husband. So then when he's like, we should go to my mom's. It's like, why don't I get celebrated? If you felt very celebrated by your husband all the time, and if he did get you a card or something and did something special for you, you'd probably be like, okay.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm down to do both. But it's like built up resentment maybe from just being like, well, I never get celebrated and you never help me. So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just where my head goes.
Or just in general, maybe even not even from the husband, but just in general. I feel like most moms probably feel underappreciated. So they're like, this is my day.
Totally.
Which again, it's like, just because, my thoughts on this, the reason I even brought it up is, just because someone else is being celebrated does not mean that you are
not celebrated. Doesn't take away anything from you.
Again, just think about when you are a mother. It's like, yes, you could go to their house, but wouldn't it be nice if your older children were like, hey, happy Mother's Day, appreciate and love you.
Right.
It's like, let's not get too caught up in this,
in the weeds.
you guys, of like hating on older women, younger women. Just be nice to other women. Especially on Mother's
How was
Day.
your Mother's Day?
My Mother's Day was great. I'm trying to think, when was that? Sunday? Mm-hmm. Nick is so bad at surprises, but he always tries, and it's the thought that counts. But it's like a running joke with him that he will do something and like have something planned out, but he'll get right before it's like about to be executed, and he'll just tell me like what's gonna happen. And so I was telling you, I had seen these, I've been looking for outdoor furniture for forever. And I saw these really cute chairs with this little table, and I had mentioned it to him. I was like, oh, I was at this thrift store or a consignment store, and I saw these, and I was thinking about getting them, but whatever. And then a couple days later, he was like, can I see your phone? I need to look at a picture. And I was like, okay. And so he looked at the picture I had taken of the chairs, and he went to the consignment store and bought them.
So cute.
And he had them like hidden on the side of the house. And the night before Mother's Day, he's like, okay. He said something and it got brought up, and he's like, I'll just tell you what I got. And I was like, okay, like, what did you get? He's like, I went to whatever and I got those chairs, and they're on hold, and we can go get the other ones. There was like another piece to it, tomorrow. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I like teared up. I was like, that is so thoughtful. I had no idea. He's like, you didn't like know when I asked you for your phone? I was like, no, that's so thoughtful. Thank you so much. He's like, I had a whole thing where I was going to have it set up like for you in the front yard tomorrow. He's like, but I just couldn't wait to tell you.
I couldn't wait another second.
And I was like, oh, that's fine. It's the thought that counts anyways. But
that's so cute.
Yeah. Maybe someday he'll finally execute the full surprise. I'm the opposite. Like, I will not give up until it's fully, like, if a surprise. There's no way I'm spilling before. Like, I'll just.
You want the full effect.
Yeah, I want the full effect. I want the face.
The drama.
Yeah, he can't make it there.
In other news, Nick and Leif are going golfing tomorrow morning. Not the golfing, not the seed that's been planted.
Yeah.
I was like, doesn't your back hurt too bad? Leif's like, no, it's feeling a lot better. I'm like,
golf helps it.
Yeah. He's like, that's a good exercise for me to do. I'm like, great.
I know. I've actually come around to golf. Maybe just because of our specific situation.
Do we need to stop the slander?
Yeah. And Nick is a stay-at-home dad, so he's constantly doing stuff at home. Like, he is, speak of underappreciated. Like, I always feel
like he should have been, actually, it was him that deserved on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
As if Father's Day doesn't exist.
Yeah. But he's just doing stuff constantly where he's not talking to adults. Like, he's constantly with a toddler and just at home. And so for that reason, I encourage him. I'm like, go, because this is the time for you to be silent. And it's, I've changed my perspective on it, because it also is a time where I was seeing actually a mom post about how she's into golf. She's like, it's so nice to have like something tangible you're working on. It's quiet, you're focused on it, and it's outside in nature. And I was like, okay, I could see how that would be such a good break. I just feel like golf, gets a bad rap from the people who are working, the dads who are at work all week, and then all Saturday and Sunday, they're also gone.
Yeah, and it's just a long sport. It's a long day. It's like...
But I will say, the better they get, the faster it goes.
Nice.
Like, Nick used to take a little longer, and now he's also gotten much better at it. So he isn't that long anymore.
Nice.
So
staying tuned for if he continues to get the bug.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, at least they'll do it together, and then we can go do something for a couple hours. True. Me selfishly wants it. I'm like, yeah, you should invite Leif just to have you free.
I know. No, it is. I mean, they do obviously deserve their time,
their break
for sure.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's not too many times a week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, should we get into
these?
Let's do it. We're gonna read some of your confessions. Anonymous, of course.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace, and we are so happy it is, because Squarespace is such a great platform that we have used many, many times in our lives for lots of different business ventures. I was just thinking about how exciting it is to create a new website, whether you are starting a new business venture or you just want a personal website for any reason. It's great to have like a landing place, that people can go regardless of your business. And creating a website is just fun. And Squarespace makes it even more fun because it's just very user-friendly and easy to use. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your own terms. So whether you are selling like an online course or a platform, you can do that. You can sell custom merch, which is awesome, physical items. I sold all my photo presets via Squarespace when I was back in my Jaci Marie preset days. And they also have just really great flexible website templates. So you can customize your look, update content, and add features to fit your unique needs. You can make any Squarespace template do what you want so your idea, brand, or business stands out online on every device.
I've used Squarespace for a couple different reasons, but one of them that was so easy and would have probably been more complicated was having appointments. So like offering online or in-person sessions, workshops, group classes, and Squarespace will provide you everything that you need to manage that schedule, accept secure payments, send automatic reminders, and just beautifully showcase your services and more. So if you have some kind of business where you have appointments like that or classes online or in person, Squarespace is for you. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's www.squarespace.com/whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. You know what I just remembered before we get into this is, what's kind of crazy? I don't know if I ever said this on the podcast. Did I ever tell on the podcast about when my Postmates driver got to my door, and I usually say leave it at the door, but they knocked. And if you're listening, love you, but this was a little crazy. And she was like, I answered the door and she was like, I knew it was you. And I was like, oh.
I don't think you told
And then
us on the
she asked
podcast.
me for a selfie.
The selfie is crazy on the front porch.
It was just such a jump scare. This was in my old apartment. And when the state that you're in when you answer to get Postmates, you're hangry usually, and you're just disheveled.
Also, you're like, when you say leave it on the door,
yeah,
I said what I said.
yeah.
Don't knock and don't ring the doorbell and make me do this.
She was very nice, but it was a jump scare. I was not prepared for a photo to be taken, and also
the photo is crazy
to be socializing with somebody who they're like, I love your podcast. And I was like, I am
speechless.
Yeah, speechless, jaw on the floor.
That actually just happened to me as well.
Really?
Not the photo though.
Oh, yeah.
But
they knocked and said something?
Same thing, yeah. Knocked and then was like, I knew it, like, because it's your name. And like, I saw whatever and something else. And I was like, oh, like, thank you. But it is just like,
feels like a breach of privacy.
It does. It's like, even though they're probably 100% harmless, I feel like your home is just your one place where it's like, your safe space, and you don't have to, I don't know, talk to people. Or it was the same thing. I was like pregnant and just obviously, and just like, in my pajamas, no makeup on. I think I had maybe even gotten out of the shower, so my hair was like in a hair thing.
Yeah. And you're hungry.
Yeah. And it was like just kind of shocking.
That is crazy.
Anyway. Yeah, no photo though. That it is so much harder too. Like, I would like to say people talk a big game, like in comments. Because even you sharing that, people would be like, why would you say yes? Like, you obviously should just say no. But it's like, it is so hard in the moment to like, especially when someone,
this is my private residence.
Yeah, when someone is like very nice and
that's what I was gonna
they
say.
seem
So
normal and it's like,
non-threatening.
I love your podcast. Like, would you mind if we grabbed a photo? That hasn't happened to me, but like, I would probably be like, sure, like, because you're just. And maybe I'd be like, oh, can we just not get it by, like, maybe I would say something like, oh, can we just not get it by the front door? Because, like, maybe I would say that. But it's people just, I'm just saying, people talk a big game. Like, they say things like, oh, you should have done this. And it's like, okay, I would love to see you in the same situation. Because I can promise you, it feels different when you're in the situation.
Yeah. And again, if she was scary or seemed threatening, maybe it'd be different. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she was so nice. It was just more of a jump scare than anything. And I was like, it's just
not what you're expecting.
No.
At night.
No.
When you're ready to
I don't want you to know my address, but I don't want you to know my order.
Yeah.
I don't want you to know what I'm getting from these places.
Seriously.
It's embarrassing.
Seriously.
I don't want you to see that I asked for extra sauce or extra mayo, slather that baby up. Just kidding. I don't care.
I know. It's we should start using a fake name.
Now that's probably a good idea, honestly. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
When I was in high school, playing Truth or Dare, a little tipsy, I'll add, my friends dared me to eat my grandma's ashes.
Girl.
I ate about a tablespoon of her ashes and I feel so bad about it. No one in my family knows to this day. First of all, ashes, it's like the cinnamon challenge. How do you eat that?
It's giving Glozell.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she do you remember Glozell?
Oh my gosh, I
She'd
love
be
her.
choking on the cinnamon. That was a wild time.
Yeah.
That is diabolical.
You pooped out your grandma, just so you know.
You ate and pooped out your grandma. That doesn't seem...
If my grandchild ate my ashes.
I would come back to haunt them. You're haunted from now on. Yeah. You will know no peace in your life. That is actually... I cannot support you on that one. That's crazy. You ate your grandma. Let's let that sink in.
You ate your grandma.
That's wild. Also, isn't that going to make you sick? Like,
I'm sure.
That is diabolical.
That's like eating coal. It's like burnt stuff. That's burnt
That's
flesh.
Crazy.
You are a cannibal.
You are crazy. Hey, Army Hammer, you're insane. I cannot even remotely support that.
Wait, I feel like I ate your grandma's ashes. I'm feeling sick. I feel sick about that.
I know. I'm feeling like I can't swallow. Like, it's feeling chalky.
No, I feel morally sick.
Oh, okay. I'm feeling physically sick.
I feel like I have a guilty conscience about that now. Oh my gosh. Okay.
She said she still...
oh, wait, yeah.
She still feels bad about it. You should.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
crazy.
so bad about it. You know what? The only thing that I can try to make you feel better about is that you were in high school and a little tipsy, so you're not in your right state of mind.
And you just want to be
if
absolutely
that makes you
shocking.
Sleep better at night, yeah. But...
Wowza.
Yeah. I hope you can sleep at night because your grandma sure can't.
Yeah. If you've been having some weird experiences, you can maybe trace it back to that. You might be getting haunted by Granny.
Yeah.
Because that's absolutely wild. Okay, when there is no toilet paper left, I will use the cardboard thing that the toilet paper wraps around to wipe with.
Wait. Say that again.
When there is no toilet paper left, she uses just the cardboard.
Okay, I've done that before.
I think I have done that as well.
When you're desperate times.
Only with pee.
Oh, yeah.
But like, just kind of dab it a little.
Yeah.
Because you don't want
desperate times call for desperate measures.
I think I have done that as well.
Yeah.
Only also at home. I would never do that in public.
Oh, absolutely
because
not.
Because
who knows what's on that.
Yeah, scary.
Also in public, usually there's always toilet paper. It's just at home when you are faced with the consequences of your actions of not changing the toilet paper.
And there's no one else home and you're just like,
yeah,
can't call for help.
Yeah. Number 2, you just gotta go on a mission and try and find some toilet paper, text someone, call someone.
Yeah.
If you're home alone.
That has not happened to me. I don't know, ever, or in a very long time.
It hasn't happened to me since I got a bidet. I'll tell you that much.
Tushy or whatever reached out to me. Is that what it's called?
Yes, you should do it.
Should I do it in my new house?
Oh my gosh, of course. Unless you get another bidet installed, but you should do it. It's the best.
I really need it.
It really is the best. I will say, without getting into too many details, postpartum, not for the blood of it, but for
okay. We don't need
wiping.
to know anymore. Also, everything is a chore now. I was thinking about just like even wiping, like anything.
Yeah.
I'm like being pregnant,
Such an obstacle.
I'm like, whew, let me
putting your shoes on,
yes.
tying your shoes.
Yeah. I was putting my socks on today. Leif was like, that looks so hard. I'm like, it is.
Oh, putting socks on. Yeah, 100%.
Because I was kind of like twisting in a weird way. He put them on for me. King. Yeah. Love my short king. Have you guys seen that my video went viral on Reels? It keeps going more and more. And every day, all I get all day is my inbox is flooded with comments about how literally all of them are like, and you're fat. I'm like, okay.
Excuse me?
Thank you. Also,
excuse me?
No, I'm not joking. They're like, and you're a fat dwarf. I'm like, that's good. Chelsey, I'm not kidding. They're insane. Like, I can probably just go right now.
Why are they so mad?
It's all like men that are mad that I'm calling him
a short king.
A short king. They like can't get over that I'm calling him a short king.
Why? Because he's taller than you?
Yes. Or,
Well, okay,
like,
what do you
bro,
consider?
he's not even short. Like, because
he's
it's a freaking joke. Number one, he's average height, but I have like platforms on, and he still is taller than me, even when I have platforms on. So I took them off, and then it's like a bigger. But like they're whatever. The video was a freaking joke. Which again, apparently this is my brand. No one knows I'm joking.
Oh
so that's
gosh.
good.
That's hilarious.
But if I just like, shame on you for cheating on your husband just because he's short. That's
cheating.
Like that's the most recent one.
Okay. That's a stretch.
Built like a midget and calling that guy short is crazy. Bold saying that with zero ass. You guys, this is all you get all day.
The body shaming.
Oh, absolutely. He looks 10 centimeters taller than you. What the F? Ladies and gentlemen, if it isn't the plastic Michael Jackson nose dwarf queen herself. This is all day. All day, every day. I'm not joking. They're like
Herself. They're
like,
getting creative.
He better run. Like, and so many of them, like, a lot of people are not acknowledging that I'm pregnant. They'll just be like, and you look so fat. I'm like, can you not see? Like, regardless, do you not understand that I'm pregnant? Literally 7 months pregnant in that video.
I am shook.
Like, short king, you're a fat ass. I'm like, what? Like, okay, this is wild. But people...
I'm still laughing at the Michael Jackson herself. Like the way that the way that he formatted that comment for some reason is so funny. If it isn't,
it keeps going up. It has 4.2 million views. It just keeps going. Yeah, I'm like, okay. Haven't gained a single follower, but
Reels is kind of like that.
It's just all the hate. I'm like, cool. It has thousands of comments, and they're all just
That's
like
hilarious.
Some of them are
so defensive of Leif. Leif should comment and be like, yeah, stop calling me a short king.
No,
like, be on their side.
Literally, we didn't post
fat
it. No. We didn't post it because I was like, that's insane. But I had to do this brand deal. It's kind of hard to explain. But I had to show a screen recording of me like texting Leif like a link for something. And jokingly, I was like, thank you, my short king, like in the thing. I was like, that'd be kind of funny if I kept that in. Or you can see it. Or I think I said,
it's
love
your new
you.
Shtick.
Yeah. I was like, that'd be kind of funny if in the screen recording you can see my prior text to him and it says like, love you, my short king or something like that.
Yeah.
Just because of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I jokingly like texted, I was like, love you, my short king. And then I had sent him a link or whatever. And he replied, he's like, we were together. We were sitting next to each other. And he said something. He's like, I love you, my plump princess. Because everyone's calling me fat. I'm like, that is a bit much. I was like, in my brand deal, send it for approval. Literally our text before or
screaming
short king and plump princess. I'm like, we've gone too far.
Oh my gosh, I'm screaming at that. People are really crazy.
Yeah, but it is thing after thing, I'm telling you. Also, they'll be like, you have literally no boobs. And like, I'm like, thank you. Like, what are we saying?
Also, it wasn't like you were hating on him either. That's the craziest thing. It's like you're in love with him.
The caption, POV married to a short king. Never said anything. It was even bad.
No, it's
literally
not even like
POV.
you rejected him and you're like, I hate short kings.
No.
In love with him, having a child with him.
Literally.
And people are like, well, you're fat.
Literally.
Oh my gosh.
Someone said he's not a short king if he's taller than you, and that has 82,000 likes.
Okay, I didn't know that was the definition. I would like to know what the definition of a short king is. I didn't know it was shorter than you. I thought it was just like, they're shorter than average.
No, do you know that Cody Ko and Noel Miller literally invented the term short king?
Yeah.
I don't think I clocked. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry,
like that's where the origin was?
Yeah. Leif and I were looking it up. I was like, literally, what is a short king then?
What are the measurements? Because Urban Dictionary's got to have it now.
I think it's either 5'8" or 5'9", and lower is a short king.
That seems average to me.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I guess it's more just you're not tall.
5'8" or under.
It's like you're not tall, so you're short.
Okay, a short king is this is Urban Dictionary or whatever, you know, as a male who is short in height, typically 5'8" or under, and has an attractive personality. I'm like, what is the problem with that? I love my short king.
Exactly.
And he's actually, everyone was asking how tall he is, and I think he's 5'9", Leif. Or maybe he's like 5'8" and a half.
Not a short king. So you shouldn't have
I did
said
lie,
that.
I guess.
Yeah, that's your fault.
But the thing is, I am 5'3".
Yeah.
On a good day. So he's like 6 and whatever. So that's why people are like, what? He's not, he's so much taller than you. I'm like, I'm also apparently a legal dwarf. So anyway, whatever.
I'm shook. We love our short kings.
It's literally my daily entertainment is seeing these comments. I'm like, you're joking. We love a viral moment.
This podcast is sponsored by Quince. We love Quince, and the weather is getting warmer, and I just love to start switching out things in my closets. I love when I get to switch out my sweaters and heavier pieces and clothes for shorts and tees. And if you want to update your wardrobe for the long haul without spending an absolute fortune, we have Quince ready for you to look elevated, chic, effortless for a more affordable price. So they have tons of timeless pieces. I have this one I've talked about a million times, but I really just keep going back to it. And you know when you have that one sweater or top that you just wear at all times of the year? I mean, maybe just because we're in Southern California, but I have worn this white cotton. It's lightweight, so you can wear it in the summer, just like throw over a swimsuit when I'm going to the beach. It's such good quality and it's so versatile. They also have other premium fabrics and pieces like European linen dresses, blouses, shorts from $30, washable silk tops, timeless 14-karat gold jewelry, and so much more.
The best part is that all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings on to us, which is amazing. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes, which we love. Quince has a lot of really, really great stuff, whether you're looking for bags or like silk skirts, nice sweaters, and tons more staples. So get warm weather ready with Quince. Go to quince.com/whatwesaid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That is QUINCE.com/whatwesaid to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/whatwesaid.
Seriously. How do you get them? I want one.
I attract scandals. What can I say? As we've been over. You just have to do something that's satire.
Yeah.
And people
apparently
just don't get the joke. So
it's true.
Or some people do.
So lie. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll start lying up the wazoo.
Yeah.
I won't.
We've been wanting to come up with a scandal for what we said.
I know.
We're too unproblematic.
I know. Let us know.
We were on The Bachelorette. We were saying like, well, we
on The Bachelorette.
Sorry, on The Bachelorette trip I went on.
Like we were on the show.
I'm like we were both Bachelorette on the Bachelorette trip for Delaney that I just went on. We were saying like, oh, we should come up with a scandal that happens on this trip. Since a lot of us were influencers, like, you know, on TikTok or something.
Like a fight.
Yeah, like a fight. Like, oh, this happened and like whatever. But we were kind of kidding because we're like, we're not going to literally bring negative vibes to Delaney's Bachelorette. But we were saying, you know, you could manufacture.
Oh, 100%.
And I feel like a lot of people probably do that. Like imagine we go on a trip together. We go on tour together. And we manufacture a fight. Like I post on TikTok.
And that sounds fun.
Okay, that could be fun.
Just make something up.
Yeah.
My fear though is that it becomes too personal. Because like, how do you fake the whole fight?
Without we like actually get in a fight after. We're like,
yeah, because it's like you have to kind of tell the truth about something. So it's like,
right.
How do you just without people knowing it's
maybe
fake?
Instead of pitting ourselves against each other, we would like. We would get in a fight with someone else.
Ooh, that's good.
Because then it's like not as, you know, people take sides. And then if people think it's real, then we have this mark on our
true. Friendship and
our like character or something.
Yeah, true. So we'll think of something.
Yeah, we'll think of something. But stay tuned for a scandal.
Yeah. Okay. They're like, we'll make that happen real quick.
Yeah. They're like, let me take you saying dwarf. It'll be good enough. That should do the trick. Canceled in no time.
They just cut it. No context. Okay, my next one. Am I only on number 2?
We've been talking for so long.
Okay, this is so stupid, but I way too often. That's a great way to start a story. But I way too often am too lazy to clean Tupperware.
Should you throw it away?
Yeah, to-go mugs, and I throw them away. Jail time for me because so wasteful, and my husband is in pure confusion as to where they all go. I've done that when food gets too moldy
This is my
sometimes.
confession. I did that this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I was getting rid of stuff, but I had made some food and it was in there for a while. And I was like, we were just packing up. And I'm like,
especially when you're scared
I do
of
not have I don't have it in me right now to throw this away and then clean up. And I also didn't really like the Tupperware that it was in. And I was like, the whole thing's going.
Yeah. Well, especially when you are scared of food poisoning or things like contamination. Like I can't sometimes get it out of my head if there's a lot of mold on something. Like it's been in the back of the fridge.
Oh, if there's
and
mold,
I forgot,
sayonara.
it's like I'm not just rinsing that out.
Especially if it's plastic.
I'll believe that it's always there.
Yeah. I don't judge you
okay.
too hard for that one. I mean, I get it. It is wasteful, but
the earth judges you, but we don't.
It's fine. Okay. When I pick my nose, I let my dog lick it off my finger. My husband just found out and I think he wants a divorce, LOL.
For what, though? For what? For your pleasure? You think it's funny?
I feel like you're just lazy and don't want to
Oh, okay, that's actually more understandable than like.
Well, it's giving. She's like, I let my dog. It's like, you let it? Like, he doesn't want to.
It's dying to eat your boogers. Or you're like, come here, Fido.
Fido. That is pretty disgusting. But also, it's like.
You are filth.
You are filth. You're scum of the earth. No, that's just like the fact that you're saying like you do that often is kind of scaring me because
yeah, it's a thing.
It's like you've done it once. It's kind of gross, but like that's a thing you do. Literally pick your nose and then give it to your dog.
I have a confession. Not of something I do, but when I was little, you know certain things that you consume when you're little, media on accident, like you stay up too late and you see something and you're like, oh my gosh, but because you're so little and you're not exposed to crazy things all the time, it sticks with you. Do you have things like that? Like
that I saw as a kid?
Yeah, there are or heard. Like there are certain things or stories that I would hear. Okay,
yeah,
so
I have a few.
Like when I would be on my way to school and I'd hear John, Jay, and Rich on, if you're from Arizona, and they had this girl call in as a confession. Or actually, I think I was home. Details don't matter. I was not around an adult.
Switching.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, it was trying to figure out a way for me not to say that it was me. No, trust me, this was not me. A girl called in and confessed that I can't even say it. She takes off her shirt and lets her cats.
No,
you know
Chelsea.
You know where this is going.
This is disgusting.
And when I was
Chelsea,
10,
what? Lick her boobs?
Yes. That?
No, that is disgusting. That's animal abuse.
When I was 10 years old, I couldn't sleep for days. Like I was so upset about that. Like I was just like, oh my gosh,
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
People are sick. People are sick in this world. That was like my first introduction to sick people.
No, that's like, I know we're laughing, but that is actually
maniacal.
No, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's like animal abuse.
Yeah.
Like that's disgusting.
When people do gross things like that with animals, like certain stories or whatever.
I've heard other stories too about like letting dogs like
disgusting.
Like putting that is not
sick.
okay.
I was sick about it. And so that's why I remember it from literally 19, I almost said 13 years ago. I was not 10, 13 years ago. Just forever 23 in my mind. Almost 20 years ago I heard that and it's just stuck with me. Anyways,
that
I had to get off my chest.
Is
it's crazy that they said that on the radio.
And she herself called in and was like, I do this.
Yeah. It was her voice.
No.
Yeah. That
wow. That's really disturbing.
Yeah.
Have you watched Baby Reindeer?
I will not.
I will not either, but I'm so intrigued by it. It seems so interesting, but I've heard it's like very dark.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the mood at all for that.
No,
but
I can't.
It's crazy.
I'm in my Bravo era. And
You've got to watch Deal or No Deal Island.
I did.
You did?
I have been, yeah.
Have you watched all of it?
No.
The finale was recent.
No, I didn't. I have one more episode to go, I think.
Oh.
Because I think it's 4 people left.
Okay.
So maybe just the finale.
Yeah, I just watched the finale.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Last night. Yeah.
It's so good. Did I not text you about it?
No.
Oh, I was going to text you.
I was going to text you yesterday and be like, wait, have you watched it? Because
no,
you
it's
would
so
love.
good. It's so good. I'm obsessed. I want to be on it.
Same.
Because it's like Survivor, but it's not as physically jarring.
Yeah. I know. I was saying, I'm like, that show seems like the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because it's not like actual surviving in the wilderness, but it's still like
Fun challenges.
It's like money. There's like tons of money at stake.
Yeah.
And you like still get kind of the social aspect where you can like talk to people and make whatever, but you're also not starving. Like you eat normal food.
Yeah, you're literally on vacation.
Yeah,
you're tanning all
like
day.
glamping, tanning. I'm like, that seems awesome.
I know. And you get to talk to Joe all day. What's his name? Joe. What's his last name?
I don't know.
Starts with an M.
I don't know his last name.
He is so fine. I love him. The host.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. When I was like 10, I used to prank call pizza places and have them deliver pizzas to random home addresses I found in the local phone book. Still have no clue what happened when the delivery driver showed up at the houses. I still feel horrible about it now. I mean,
that's kind of a weird one because it's like, what do you really gain? Like, you're not there watching. You know what I mean? If you were like hiding in the bushes or something, it's like, oh, let's see their reaction. But it's like,
you're literally just messing with people's. You're just bored.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Okay. Have you seen that girl who like calls and she does like prank calls on
like pizza places?
Companies? Yeah, like pizza places. You haven't seen her on TikTok?
What does she
She'll
do?
just like confuse it. She literally like gaslight them so bad. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
A lot of them. She'll be like, first of all, she always calls them like a random name. So someone will pick up at a pizza shop or something and be like, hi, this is Joe's Pizza. And she'll be like, hi, Boo Bear. She'll start out by just like calling them something weird. And I can't even think of like an example, but she just starts really confusing them. She'll be like, I was wondering if I could get, like one of the places she called was a sandwich place. And she's like, hi, I was wondering if I could get a bread sandwich. And they're like, and the lady's like, yeah. So literally just the bread, or she's like, yeah, just a bread sandwich. And anyway, the girl's getting increasingly more confused. And then the girl who called is like, sorry, can I place you on a brief hold? And then like plays music.
Please.
And is like, and it's funny because the people are always like, yeah, sure. And she just like places them on hold. Yeah. And then she'll come back and be like, so I got this, like, why were you calling? And they're like, you called us. Like, we're the
so now they think they're
shop.
the customer.
Yeah, it's just funny.
That's funny.
Anyway. Okay.
Love that.
If it was not for my conscience, I would commit so many crimes. Not murder, but stealing, lying, pretending to be someone I'm not. I love the thrill of getting away with something. I don't do it often. Fortunately, I have a husband who is afraid and a constant rule follower, but left to my own devices, I'm afraid of what I would do. Best scam was getting North Face to send me a $300 gift card.
Please. A scammer.
A scam artist on our hands.
I would commit so many crimes. I feel like
as long as they're like kind of harmless, I guess. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, I wonder what you did to get North Face to send you $300 gift card. You know what? I always think about this.
She just wants to see if she can get away with it. Yeah. Okay. I could see the thrill of that.
I always think about that with, I don't know, just when, like if someone gets your order wrong and that's not really like much of getting something for free, but I always think about that at food places. I'm like, you could so easily just like go and pick up someone's order.
I ordered a milkshake and I didn't get it.
Yeah. Just lie about stuff like that. Or even like number 29 and they have like a cheeseburger, like at In-N-Out or something. And you just walk in and grab it. Like that is so possible. I always think about that. Or the other day, Leif and I postmated some dinner and one of the items was wrong. Like they got his order wrong. And so you can like send in a photo and be like, you gave me the wrong order and they'll refund that part of it. But I'm like, I wonder if people just, that's so easy to fake too.
I'm sure they do, but I'm sure they keep track of how many times you do that.
Right. You probably couldn't do it a bunch of times.
Yeah. After the third one, they'd be like,
Yeah. True.
Because that's why a lot of times, like when I worked at Anthropology, if you returned things without a receipt, we would take your ID and like make sure that you couldn't, because people would bring in things from
Forever ago?
Literally 20 years ago, and they would bring in so much stuff and all the time where it almost seemed like a job for them. They would come in all the time. And so
to
we
try
would
and get like store credit?
yeah. Or just
Money.
Like, they would be like, wait, I want my money back. It's like, from what? Like, we don't have the prices. These aren't even in our system. Anyways, it was just, you keep track.
Yeah.
So,
Jeez.
anyways. Okay, my mother-in-law once asked me if my husband's penis was big like his dad's. I've always wanted to tell someone, but I don't know if they'd believe it. I was too stunned to speak. There ain't no way. I'm like, you are lying. I don't believe you.
BFFR. That is crazy.
In what context and how did that come out? Like, she's been wondering for years, and just like one night she's like, I have to ask you, is your husband's penis big like his dad's? And how did she say it?
I don't need to know about my father-in-law's.
No. It's unsolicited.
Anything about him, actually. I don't need to know anything.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum would be great.
Let alone the size of his ding dong.
What do you
And what do you say to that? Yeah, it's big like his. Like, what do you say? No, yes. Regardless of what it actually is.
There's like
like
no
what are
good
you supposed
answer.
to say?
And what's her reaction going to be?
Oh,
good. It's like, why are you thinking about that at all? I'm terrified.
Goodbye to that.
That's actually insane.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Hopefully she's normal besides that.
I would venture to say she's not.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. We love BetterHelp and we love therapy. Sometimes you really just need to get things off your chest. Sometimes I tend to ruminate on things and just think of, the same problem over and over again, and just gets bigger and bigger and just feels so heavy. And then when I go and, talk to a therapist about it, they make me realize maybe that it's not that big of a deal or different ways to cope with it. And it's just always helpful. When we keep things bottled up, it can really start to affect us negatively. And therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. So that is why BetterHelp is so amazing.
Therapy can be helpful for learning positive coping skills, how to set some boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. And it is not just for those who have experienced major trauma. Even if you're just feeling like you're not living your best life, something, you're having thoughts that are weighing you down, or sometimes, making you kind of spiral into a negative direction that can really, really negatively impact your life. And sometimes it's just really nice to talk to someone who is licensed to help you, unbiased, and all of that. So if you are thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/whatwesaid today to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/whatwesaid. I hooked up with my boss, who was married with a kid on the way. To clarify, I was 19, he was 25. Definitely an abuse of power moment. Soon after, he and his wife got a divorce. But a couple years later, he ended up marrying another one of our coworkers. And to this day, his ex-wife still thinks that the coworker he married is the one that he cheated on her with. Not my proudest moment. Ooh. Love you, girls.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't have many. I don't want to comment too much on that, but that is probably something that eats you up.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh, I wish I could forget.
At least they got a divorce.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess
so you're not like, oh, I still need to tell,
Yeah, it just feels like, okay.
There's nothing to do about it now. But
a lot of times in those situations, I feel like the relationship is maybe kind of already over for them.
Yeah.
Like for that couple.
Yeah.
It's like things haven't been going well for a while. That's not that there's ever an excuse to cheat, but that's probably, the reason why he's cheating or looking for something elsewhere. So I will say it's not like your fault necessarily that maybe that act led them to get a divorce, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, he is the one who cheated.
You didn't make him cheat, but also if you know someone's married, probably not.
Yeah.
probably stay away from that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of men out there that aren't married.
Yeah. Plenty.
Yeah. But sheesh. Well, hopefully you can move on and
Live a
forget
happy
someday.
life.
Literally, this has never left my lips. But about 7 years ago, I was living with my longtime partner. We had just had our son. About 6 months later, I went on a high school reunion vacation to Vegas. I know where this is going. My high school love of my life was there. I kissed him many times and stayed the night in his hotel room. I didn't sleep with him or anything, but I went back home and acted as if nothing happened. I kissed him many times and stayed the night in his hotel room. One and only time I have ever been unfaithful. I don't regret it. I should have been with him.
Oh, I don't regret it.
Oh, that's quite the way to seal it.
Whoa. I mean, I guess, well, it doesn't excuse it, but I mean, I was gonna say, I'm glad you don't feel like eaten up by guilt, but
maybe you should. Yeah. Maybe you should be.
Wow.
Well, oh gosh. I was going to say if you didn't include that last part, but
I always
this is an advice segment. I'm like, what should you do?
yeah. We're just reacting. I also have a very hard time when people say like, we just kissed when they like
and we
cheat.
slept in the same hotel room.
I have a very hard time.
I feel very sad for your husband. I'm not going to lie. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Because I tend to be a woman apologist, but when you think of the other way around, if you found out your husband, who after you guys just had a baby 6 months ago, went to his high school reunion and
kissed
was
and
making
slept
out
in the same bed as
let's say what it is. You kissed him. You made out with him.
Yeah.
Like you weren't just pecking all night.
No.
You made out with him. You slept in the same bed.
Yeah, you probably cuddled. Like that's very. I mean, that's betrayal.
Yeah,
you betrayed. Yeah, 100%. That's rough. That's really rough. Oh gosh, that just. Wait, did she say how old she was?
No. But this was 7 years ago.
Wow, and she doesn't care? Like she's not eaten up by guilt with it? I
don't regret it.
Have such a guilty conscience.
Oh.
I couldn't last one day.
No.
If I did that, like I would be coming home sobbing and being like, I did the worst thing. Like, I do not understand how people can like just put things aside like that.
Compartment. Yeah. No, I know.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It actually blows my mind.
How do you just pretend to live a normal life?
I don't understand.
You have to be in such a state of delusion to just be like, yeah, everything's fine. And I'm totally normal with this person, even though I have this huge secret.
Or just you're not connected as
them.
Deeply to them. So you're like, which
maybe.
is sad. But I think that is the reality of some people. They're just like, I don't really care.
I should have been with him.
I should have been with him.
Okay, girly. What are you waiting for?
Is he married? We don't know that, huh?
I don't know.
Yikes.
I just got a glimpse of my last one. I need to maybe do 2 more.
Okay, that's fine. I made out with my coworker while he was still with his girlfriend more than once. Now we are both engaged and still work together. He is still incredibly flirty. I'm flattered but mortified. He's 20 and I'm 24. I would never cheat on my fiance, but I think about it now and I get the ick realizing that he chose some nights with me instead of his now fiance.
Wait. Was she in a
girly,
relationship
you're
before?
not in the right either.
Wait, was she?
Oh, maybe
she said she was in a relationship too?
Sorry, no, you're right. I thought she was also dating someone. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, let's not let that slide.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. She said, I made out with my coworker while he was with his girlfriend.
Oh.
More than once. Now she's engaged and she's like, I would never.
Yeah.
But she's
He
like,
was cheating.
Yeah. And she's like, but now I'm realizing like, I would never cheat on my fiance,
Yeah.
but he literally chose to be with me instead of his fiance some nights. That is just
Messed up.
I hate cheating stories. They make me feel sick.
I know. And I hate hearing so many of them. Like all the time. Even when like I said, I'm in my Bravo era. I'm watching so many shows. I'm watching Summer House right now. And the amount of cheating that goes on
It's crazy.
is so crazy. And I'm like, I don't know if these shows are just exaggerated because the point of the show is like they party, they get drunk, they mess up, then they fight about it, and then they make up the next day. And then, so maybe that just like is a certain situation or not community, but like just the situations they are in on purpose maybe perpetuate that. So everyone's cheating. But even like Vanderpump Rules, I'm just like, so what's going on? Like,
where's the loyalty?
Is everyone cheating these days? I'm so confused.
Well, I hate that that's a narrative of like, well, all guys they'll cheat at some point. It's like, that's mostly, I feel like it's mostly men that people say that about. It's like, I mean, haven't you heard people say that all the time? Like all guys cheat or like all guys want to cheat or something. I'm just like, wow, we're really not giving them enough credit. Like what a horrible thing to set someone up for. Like, well, you're probably just bound to. Like guys are just like that. It's like, really? They can't literally have self-control and be faithful to a partner? We can. What's the problem? Yeah. I mean, we did just hear a girl.
I know. I was going to say, I think girls
it is more rare though.
And I think actually girls probably get away with it more than guys do. Because I think, not to let men off the hook, but I do think that things like this, like girls cheat and they never tell and they like are more... That's why we figure out more because we're detectives.
I feel the opposite. I feel like guys... Really? I feel like guys...
Maybe I just feel like girls are smarter, so they figure it out, and then they also can hide it better than guys can.
Maybe.
But I don't know. Some guys have double lives, and I'm like, what kind of brain power does that take to have two separate lives, two separate families that never know about each other? That's wild to me.
Could never imagine having that amount of free time.
No.
Absolutely. Like, absolutely inspirational.
Well,
no, absolutely insane.
Yeah, I guess they might not have as much time. Mothers. Like, moms can't have a double life.
Yeah, it's like...
How?
Yeah. Literally when?
Yeah. Anyways, this is the last one, and it's absolutely diabolical. Please, this one I will die before I tell anyone I know. I only poop 3 to 4 times a week. Because I poop so infrequently, when I do, it's massive. I have had one too many horror stories with clogging friends, boyfriends, family members' toilets. My stomach is turning before I getting to the punchline, and couldn't stand the humiliation any longer. For the last 5 years, whenever I think my poop is going to be too big, I reach my hand into the toilet and break it up so it won't clog. I scrub my hands like you wouldn't believe afterwards, but I would take that over poop humiliation any day.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. And number one is you need to invest in like a tool or something.
Yeah.
Like,
you need to invent something.
You need to invent or invest in something like not a plunger, but like something to
clogger thing.
Yeah. Like if you want to break it up, your hand, can't we like reach something else in there?
Bring chopsticks in your bag.
Literally. That's what I was going to say. Like a stick of some sort. Like, okay, let me get in there. I mean, I don't know where you put it afterwards, but maybe you can wrap toilet paper around it.
They're like, why are chopsticks in my bathroom?
Second thing I'd like to say is like 4 times a week isn't infrequent enough to have them be like massive. That would be like you're pooping once a week. So you're pooping
like this wide, like a toilet opening. The poop itself is clogging the toilet? I've never heard of that. Usually what clogs the toilet is the amount of toilet paper you use.
Right.
Like you're telling me your poop's circumference is this big. It's as big as a softball and just can't make it through the thing.
You need to book an appointment with your naturopath, with your doctor. Number one.
You need a naturopath.
You need a naturopath doctor. You need someone to like.
You need herbs.
Yeah. What are you eating also? Mm-hmm. But do you know what I mean? Like 3 to 4 times a week. I mean, normally you should poop every day.
Yeah.
But 3 to 4 times a week, that's not like I thought she was going to say 3 to 4 times a month. That's literally what I thought you were going to say. Like you poop once a week or like once every 2 weeks. It's like, okay, that's pretty crazy. But like 4 times a week, it's like, okay, that's not, I've heard crazier things. It shouldn't be that big.
I feel as though this inconvenience of having to touch your own feces and break them up is more of an inconvenience than taking laxatives or something like that. Right. Taking some kind of supplement. Doing a
cleanse or something?
Yeah, doing what's it called?
Colonic?
Yeah, colonic. That seems like less of an inconvenience than
putting your hand in
the toilet.
I mean,
breaking your own poop up.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, but I feel like we can stick
this sounds like it's a habit though.
Right.
It's not like
she said 5 years.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years and you haven't found another solution.
You like it.
You're obsessed. No, you you need to put something else in there. Not
need
your
another
hand.
solution.
You need another solution. I don't know what it is, but I'll be thinking.
Crazy. That's
next
really
brand.
crazy. It's just like a clipper, but just for poop that you can flush.
Oh, flush the actual device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it disintegrates.
Okay. I
It's
mean, that
made of,
sounds
like-
very hard to create, but that would be
And
ideal.
you might sell 5. I don't think this
I
is a
think you're the
popular
only
issue.
one who needs the product, but no.
That was on Shark Tank. The sharks are like, I've never heard of that.
Hi,
Like,
sharks.
you know when your poops are huge and they clog the toilet?
Everyone's like,
I have the solution. They're like, that's never happened to me.
oh.
You know, am I wrong, though, that the toilet paper is what clogs the toilet when it gets clogged?
Right. Like, also, I don't want to get too in the weeds with this, but like, it would have to be like not able to break up. Like, what is the consistency of it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
it has to be huge and hard.
Huge. That sounds
Rock hard.
painful. Like, you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah, are you okay?
Are you okay?
It can't get through the toilet, but it can get through you?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
That's
about.
concerning. Sheesh, girl.
Maybe it is the toilet paper and she's not realizing that it's
Yeah.
the issue is maybe all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Because it's okay. I'm
That
done
makes
talking about
sense.
this.
Yeah. Anyways.
Thank you guys so much for writing
What's
in
for
your
dinner?
confessions. Sick. Sorry for all the poop talk. You know what you're getting. You never know what you're getting when you come on here.
You know what you're getting.
You know
what you signed up for, you sickos.
You sick dogs. You knew exactly what you came here for. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to watch us on YouTube, if you like to watch your podcasts. Subscribe on Spotify or Apple if you want to just listen to the audio version. And you can follow our Instagram if you want to see even more content. It's at What We Said Podcast. We love you guys so much. And that's what we said. Bye.